Vancouver Island kidnapped me. True story. So, yeah, let me tell you when it all went down. So, 1975, came out to Vancouver Island. My father, Bob, had taken a job with the federal government. So, he was one of the first employees hired for the new Pacific Rim National Park Reserve on the west coast, of Vancouver Island. So, that's the Pacific West Coast. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Tofino, Ucluelet, Long Beach, and of course, if you're a surfer, you're going to know Cox Beach, Chesterman's Beach. Those are Wickaninish Beach. Those are all prime surfing locations. But anyways, so in 1975, came out here with the family. There was the 5 siblings and mom and dad, and my plan was to go back to Saskatoon, and finish my last year of high school, grade 12, and then pursue engineering. So, the plan was to go to the University of Saskatchewan and do all that. And something happened. We ended up in Ucluelet, living in Ucluelet, and yeah, Vancouver Island just stole my heart, and that became my future. So now here I am, well, I guess 51 years later, and I'm a senior real estate specialist on Vancouver Island. And yeah, so I've got the coolest job in the world. I help people find their dreams on the island here. And, there are many of them because we live in the most climate-friendly place in Canada. So we don't see snow. I mean, we've got a bit of a marine layer today, so that's fog, I guess, if you want to call it that. That does happen on occasion, but not too often. But we just don't see the snow and the cold winters of the rest of Canada, particularly where I came from in Saskatchewan. But, if we want to find the snow, we go up into the Alpine Ski resort areas on the island here. And, then we can get our dose of Canadian winter. And then be back down into this, we've got buds coming out on trees. We've got flowers popping up, and it's only the 3rd week of January. So we do live in the most desirable climate and location in Canada. We have literally the most postcard picture backdrop scenarios that you'll ever see. And I'm going to attach just a trip we did on the weekend over to Ucluelet. And so I've shot 3 short videos, and I'm just going to put them together and drop them in here. And you can just see, the type of scenery that we get to enjoy on a daily basis. And this will be the West Coast, of course. But, the whole island's like that. It is, there's a reason CNN picked it as one of the top travel destinations in the world. Because it is. It's awe-inspiring, postcard, perfect picture backdrops, beautiful people that come here for a lifestyle. I've had clients tell me that they have gone up to, say, Mount Washington and skied the morning, and then come down off the mountain and do like a 9 holes on an executive style, or like on a 9-hole course, par 3 kind of a thing, and then head out into the Salish Sea and grab the evening bite. And see if they can't catch themselves a fish. So, there really is no place in Canada that you can do that or live that type of lifestyle. So, if you need help, that's what I do. So I am Les Horn. I'm with eXp Realty. I'm your senior real estate specialist and Vancouver Island lifestyle specialist. Like I said, this place stole my heart, and best thing that ever happened to me. Vancouver Island is amazing. So anyways, on that note, I'm going to just drop in 3 short videos here of our trip to the West Coast, and enjoy them. And feel free to reach out if you need help in, finding out about Vancouver Island, or, anything that you want to know about the island. I can help. I've been here for a long time, and I am more than happy to help. So on that note, I'm going to wish everybody a wonderful day. Yeah, it's a little foggy here. That is behind me, the Salish Sea, if you could see it. So Les Horn reporting in from the beachfront in Qualicum today. And I shall catch up to you soon. So wishing everybody the very best and a happy 2026. Okay, on that note, I'm going to wish you goodbye. And as we say here with the First Nations, chew. So here we are looking out at what's referred to as the Kennedy Lake viewpoint. So on the way to the west coast, as you just come onto Kennedy Lake, this is where they did the recent 5-year highway project there. But they put this parking area in so that you could have a view. And it is spectacular. You're looking down at the largest lake on Vancouver Island. That is Kennedy Lake, which feeds itself into eventually down Clackwood Arm and into Tofino Inlet. So this was one of Dad's favorite spots to come and chill, so we used to come down here as often as we could. Sometimes I'd run. This is Wickaninnish Beach, and this is the original Wickaninnish Inn from back in the 60s and the 70s. It's now not a museum, but kind of a discovery center. So he would sit up there, up above there. On the inside, they had a nice little reading area, so that was one of Dad's favorite spots, and you can see why. I mean, this is about as special and spectacular as one could ask for. So, on that note, Pop, isn't that unbelievable? Yeah. Thanks for bringing this up, Pop. So now we're coming back from the west coast and we're heading back to the eastern side of the island, which from Ucluelet to, say, Qualicum Beach or Parksville, for example, is about a 2.5-hour drive on a spectacular, amazing view of a highway. But, you know, in my 50-plus years of traveling this island, it's not too often that you see a perfect mirror image of, of the mountains and everything. Now, this is Kennedy Lake once again. So right there, where you see the cut against that, you see all that white in there. That is the earlier in the video we had the Kennedy Lake viewpoint, and that is looking at the Kennedy Lake viewpoint. So we're looking at it, from a different perspective, right down on the lake, basically lake level. And yeah,